In my sad attempt to become an influencer, I got one of these little mics. But the thing is, I don't think clipping it to my shirt is gonna go well. Like, it's just gonna bounce around. Hang on. We're actually gonna test this. If it's actually gonna clip. This clip's kinda, you can see it has cinematic mode on. This clip's kinda tiny. So I'm thinking if I take the clip and I clip it to my helmet, well, it's gonna be this way. I know it's not the best audio, but it'd be like here. I really wanna do a mic'd up video with our first ride back out of winter. I'm just gonna say to all this. I want to do a really mic'd up video with our first ride back out of winter. I know it's gonna be kind of funny. As an amateur, I'm sure some of you are gonna look at it and be like, me too. So we're gonna go to the barn, we're gonna do all those things, but if you feel like the audio quality is different, hopefully it's not too windy. It's kind of windy today, but I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that this works. So the barn's like half an hour away, so every time I come, I'm like, the show is about to begin. But look at this, look how thick these are. This is why we get prescription sunglasses, because look at this. I can't see. I can't see. Let's go find Ted. Hi, Ted. You wanna go for a ride? Hi, buddy. You wanna go in? Man. Let's go in. This pony is so muddy. Look at this. I love winter. I love it so much. Let's get to work. Well, I was gonna time lapse it, but didn't record, but we are a heck of a lot cleaner with my photo focus. So let's go get tacked up. He was out doing holes. Anyways, we've had most winter off. I'm out of shape and we're on ulcer treatment. We're gonna go for a bit of a lunch today. I think it'll be fun though. I'm so excited for this mic'd up ride, you guys. And the camera's looking at Teddy, so yeah. At this point, something in my setup either disconnected or blocked each other out because I have the Bluetooth on the tracking device. I wonder if the Bluetooth on the microphone kicked out or what it was, but either way, unfortunately, the mic'd up ride didn't go the way I hoped it was going to go, so you're gonna be stuck with voice over me. So we just went through a nice little warm-up, and even in the warm-up, I was like, oh my gosh, I have been off most of winter. Like, thankfully Ted has been worked, he's been in training, but I have not, and this ride made it abundantly clear that I have a lot to work on between now and spring, above and beyond just picking what I want to do with Teddy. I need to kind of figure out what I'm doing with myself. As we went into the trot, I was like, oh no. And thankfully, he's an absolute saint of a pony. But I was like, okay, those 10 plus years of riding English are all coming back right now. And like, none of the Western riding that I've worked really hard to learn on is sticking with me. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try to stay out of his way, stay out of his face, and just have a nice little ride. So I was like, okay, change of directions. Like, at least get him moving through his body a little bit. Maybe I'll feel a little better as we settle into a rhythm. And I was like, it'll be okay. I don't really know what it's gonna be, but it'll be okay. So even just changes of pace, I know somebody's gonna be like, he's not all the way through and his head's high, and you're right. You know what? You are right. My goal was to stay on. My goal was just to stay on and figure out what kind of pony I had underneath me. And we had a couple of strides where he was starting to soften and come through, and I was like, all right, like, there's the pony I know. There's the pony I'm hoping to continue to build in the future. Like, it'll be okay, but let me tell you, taking a break in the winter is quite humbling. I should have given you your face a little faster than that. I'm sorry. So we just kind of went back to the trot, and I was like, you know what? We're starting to shape up. We're starting to feel a little bit better. Like, there he goes, feeling nice and good and soft, offering a little bit of stretch. And I was like, all right, you know, maybe this ride is salvageable. I was really expecting to come out here and be a hot mess express. And I feel like a hot mess express, but at least my pony doesn't feel like a hot mess express. Like, look at him go. And I was like, it's time to lope. And that was a beautiful lope departure. Hang on. That was beautiful. Well, I'm not beautiful. I'm up here like a sack of potatoes. And it's in this moment I'm like, I've forgotten how to lope. I don't know what I'm doing. And it's okay. It's all right, because sometimes you just have to do it. And he was doing all right. We got down to the spookier end of the arena, and he was a little bit fresher, and I was like, you know what? Time to ask for the whoa, but don't commit to it with my body. And let me tell you, this pony tells on me so often. He's like, you didn't really want that? Like, you wanted it, but you did nothing about it. So that was the tiniest little slow lope and the little stop he could have done. But he's a good pony. We just went for a nice little walkout. Everything in my body was hurting at this point. I was like, oh gosh, I am really, truly that amateur. And it's okay. It's okay. So I was like, let's just play with moving your shoulders around. Like, we'll have a nice walkout. Yeah, I didn't feel great about that. It's fine. I didn't feel great about it either. But I was like, you know what? I just want to see what those buttons are and kind of where things are at. And at this point, he was like, I've taken care of you this whole ride, lady. Are we done? Can we be done here? So hopped off, did a nice little hand walk out, as always, just to tell him little thanks. The kids out in the neighborhood are just hollering and having the best time. He is so unfazed. He's like, Mom, I'm so tired. It was a good day. It was a good ride. I'm really excited to see what that footage looks like, but I'm a little worried that because everything disconnected, it didn't work. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know about you, but I am tired. It was a good ride, Ted. So we're gonna go get untacked and call it a day. Oh my God, I'm tired. Just gonna do a little bit of liniment along his back and his legs, just while we wrap things up here. You know, for the amount of time I've had off, I was pretty happy with the ride. There were a lot of moments that were like, ooh, not the greatest, but you know, kind of wanted to see what was in there, and then we can just build from there. But I think just focusing on the long shot and getting our fitness back might be a plan. We'll see. I don't know. For now, we'll just get him feeling better. You know, get me feeling better. Oh, get all our fitness up and back, and I'm excited. I am excited for spring now. That was good. I'm excited. Let's bring it on. If you can't tell, I love a good horse oil shot. I just throw that on there. Kids are still muddy. Mud is so dry out here. I don't know what to do. My liniment. Well, that wraps up our ride. So until next time, I'll see you later, lovelies.